But yeah, I did. I went to my boy Dwayne and I. We carjacked somebody. I was 15. I was a sophomore in high school. He was a junior in high school. It was one of our worst decisions, but the very next day we were arrested for it, and then they certified us as adults. We both got sentenced to 23 years to life for that one. And we were in the state of Virginia. You know, Virginia's a commonwealth. And this was around the time where Virginia had just started, just brought out this new law. I think it came out in a few years prior. And then they also abolished parole at that time, in a year prior to that. And so our judge told us, like, hey, look, I'm going to keep you with these 23, but I'm going to suspend 15 of them. You're going to have to serve 8, but you're going to have to serve 8 in all adult maximums for the rest. So it was interesting, as a 15-year-old kid. I mean, I went through puberty in prison. You know what I mean? I was such a kid, and if I'm being honest, like, I was in denial for the first couple of years that I was there. I'm a 15-year-old kid. I'm like, look, I'm gonna miss earth science class. My girlfriend just bought me a brand new Kenneth Cole t-shirt I'm gonna wear when we come back from Christmas break. I just got moved up from JV to varsity on a basketball team. So like, my life and my world was like, they'll figure it out. My mom, somebody will talk to a judge and they'll figure out how to get me out. And I literally lived in denial for the first 2 years. Like, everyone else was in prison. I was just there. I was the guy who would like hit you and run through the unit. Like, I legit was playing tag on the housing unit. Legit playing tag on a housing unit, bro. It's crazy. I was such, and looking back in hindsight, it's like, yo, I can't believe, like, seriously, but. So, it's crazy. And it was interesting because, after a couple of years of this, I'm 16, 17 years old, I'm growing up in this place, and in prison is one of the only places, you can be 17 years old and one of your best friends is like in their mid-50s, right? And I'm walking around in rec yard with my boy Danny B, and we having an incredible conversation, and if I'm honest, I'm like, y'all locked up. I'm just here until my mom figures this whole thing out. And I'm asking Danny B, I'm like, Danny B, how long you been here? Because I've been here for 2 years. I mean, I'm a vet now, right? Like, I does this thing. I know how to commissary, count time, this my thing, right? And so Danny B, he looks at me, he's like, I served 31. So when Danny B tells me he served 31, my heart drops because now I'm like, oh snap, if they don't make Danny B serve 31, clearly they'll make me serve all 8 of mine. And I didn't know how to deal with that mentally in that moment. It was a reconciling moment that I probably should have had at the time of sentencing, but it was such a massive delay. I now had to grapple with what I thought that my life would look like for the next 6 years.
Dude, what are you feeling in that moment, man?
Dude, I'm scared to death. And it's honest, I wasn't even, up until that point, there was no fear. Like, because I wasn't in prison.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't in prison until that moment.
Right.
Wow. Everything became real. The tower became real. The guns they had, it wasn't for everyone else. It was for them and me too. You know what I mean? Like, I had to stand up for count at 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. But I was standing up because my cell partner had to stand up.
Oh, right on.
You know what I mean? They were in there. Yeah. I was just waiting for my mom to figure it out with the prosecutors and the judge.
Yeah. Wow.
When that moment happened, now count time was different, right? Like, and then when the COs walk by, like, I hated them then.
Right.
You know that we are the voices.